That was always my dream, to be a champion. It never happened. And now you're in your late 30s and you're walking away from this thing. It's like you're a failure. I couldn't even watch the UFC for a while.
It's a great pleasure and honor to say hello to one of the legends of the game, a man who I have not talked to in quite some time, but I'm so excited to say hello to. There he is, the Dean of Mean, Keith Jardine. It's great to see you again. How are you?
Great, man.
Thank you so much for coming in. Holy crap. A real blast from the past. It's been a long time.
I'm a blast from the past now, huh?
Well, at least as far as, the day-to-day, certainly not as far as what you're doing. You're in a much, much better place.
No, I love it, man. Back then, I love what you've done, man, how you come up to here and all that. I remember you showing up to every event, doing the thing. Man, it must have been so tough for you, man, spending all your money, going to all these UFC events, trying to become this UFC reporter.
Yes, but here we are, and here you are doing your thing. So I was looking, obviously your last fight was in 2012, but it's, right?
Yeah.
But it's not like you just went quietly into the night. You have now become a real major player in the world of cinema and Hollywood. Are you comfortable with the mic? You can move it, by the way. Here, let me help you out.
I got it, brother.
Yeah. There you go. And you've got this new film coming out called Kill Me Again.
Yeah.
You wrote it, directed it, and are in it. There's the poster. And tonight it's playing at Tribeca, right?
Yep, Tribeca. We have some tickets left. If you guys are in New York, just hit me up on the DMs, and I think we have 10 or 15 left.
Oh, now you went too low.
Oh, I'm all right.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so how long have you been working on this?
On this project, I've been working since August of 2023. It was right during the writer's strike. I have a script that has a lot of heat on it. Somebody wanted to get it done, a big studio, but who's going to direct it? Not me, right? So what can I do? What can I find? Something I can do in a smaller budget, something contained and all that. So I come up with this time loop idea from a Groundhog Day from a serial killer's perspective.
Yes, I've heard you, that's your elevator pitch, right?
That's it, yeah.
It's Bill Murray and Groundhog Day, but
Bill Murray's a killer.
Bill Murray's a killer.
Yeah.
And when did you come up with this idea?
I said in August, the writer strike was going, no one's working, all that, and there's a lot of heat behind my other scripts, but I need to get something that I can do so that I can do all my own stuff, and I'm not hiring another director to do my movies and all that.
Had you ever directed prior to this?
I did a little short. El Paso 1155 was my first short.
Okay.
Did really well. Won a lot of awards, 4-time Academy qualifier in festivals and stuff like that. So, but it's still just a short. It's not a feature.
Right. And what about writing?
I've been writing since 2015 and all that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was this always the plan for you post-fighting?
Nope. I always wanted to act. I always loved movies. Movies are like an escapism for me. I love movies. And I'm acting for a while, and I'm actually doing really good as an actor. I'm getting good stuff, but I'm getting the same stuff, right? Nothing
like really, what's that?
Racist, henchman, kind of one-dimensional kind of guy.
Right.
So I want to do something more complex, and casting directors aren't going to see through a lot, so I need to write it and create it myself. So,
wow.
So for a lot of reasons, I just sat down and started to write. I'm a horrible writer as far as the technique of writing. In school, I wasn't great. I was more of a math guy. I wasn't really great at writing. I could barely write a business email at that time, right? But I know dialogue. I studied the heck out of acting, and I know dialogue. And I know what I want to see in a movie. So it was just it's really cool to sit down in front of a blank canvas and all right, what movie do I want to watch? And what characters do I want to create? And then create a world from their perspective, man. That's the biggest rush.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so me writing an article or me writing a story is not the same as writing a script. There's a whole form. It's it's a different universe, right?
Yeah.
Do you go to school for that? Do you figure it out? Does someone teach you?
No, I put my hours in. My first script I wrote, I got to the end of it. It wasn't really good. But what I did do is I got to the end, and then after I was finished, I got a book and I started studying. I started reading other screenplays, and I'm okay, well, this is what this is, and this is why this is, and this has to be this way. And I had to learn the proper Hollywood format. And then you got to know it and before you can break away from it. I don't worry about it too much now, but you have to know it first. So yeah, I did put my time in and study that.
First time that you started to think hey, this could be a career for me post-fighting, when did that come to play? When you're in the UFC and stuff, are you thinking about this at this point?
Yeah, at the end of my career, I started thinking about acting because when I fought Chuck, that's how I got my SAG card. Someone asked me to be in their movie, and that
post Chuck?
Yeah, 3 days after I fought him.
Really?
Yeah.
So what happens? That's UFC 76. I remember time. That was your big thing. I remember when that fight was announced, you were in the main event against him, and there was some kind of blowback because, there weren't as many shows,
Yeah.
if you recall back then. And people were like, this isn't a title fight. Should this be a pay-per-view main event? Chuck's going to roll through this guy.
Yeah.
And you shocked everyone and made it into a thing like, holy shit, you should have been watching because something spectacular happened, right?
Yeah.
You remember all this?
I remember all that. Yeah.
Yeah. People were doubting you.
Yeah. And it wasn't just me. It was like Forrest was fighting Shogun
Yes.
and all that.
Yes.
This was like the coming out for the tough era, right? And like with tough guys, didn't have a lot of respect. And,
Yes.
like,
You were the reality show guy.
Yeah.
That pissed you off.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
And so you beat him, and someone reaches out to you after that to give you
I'm in a
SAG card?
small town in New Mexico to see my doctor, Bernalillo, New Mexico, and I was in a cafe after I went and saw him, and there's a guy come up to me, super bashful, just kind of kicking around on the ground. Hey, you're Keith Jardine, right? Yeah, I saw your fight, great fight. Hey, we're doing this movie in Albuquerque, and we're casting it right now. Would you? And he's super nervous. Would you mind coming and reading for something for us?
Wow.
And they're like, yeah, I'd love to do that, man.
So prior to that, there were no talks of you doing anything in the world of movies?
No.
Wow.
And then, the guy happened to be, they're the writer directors of the Crank franchise, and they were doing Gamer with Jerry Butler in Albuquerque.
Okay.
And they ended up writing me a part in that.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you go there, and you had never tried out for anything? You had never right?
No.
Did you even do anything in like high school, like the
No.
theater?
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
And was it just because he was a fan?
Yep, exactly that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who was this guy?
Brian Taylor and Mark Develdine. They're the Crank franchise writer directors.
Oh, okay, okay.
You know, with Jason Statham and then,
Yep. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And so you go there and you nail it.
Oh yeah, I did good. They printed me out some stuff and I read it and they liked it and they created a role for me. And then I got some. After that, I got some, crummy MMA movies I did that weren't really good.
Direct to DVD.
Yeah. My first lines really were. I did have lines. My first real lines were I ever did wasn't practicing whatever, was actually on set in front of a camera talking to another person. And it's like, it's so weird, so surreal. Like, I haven't thought about this for a while, but it's like you hear yourself talking to a guy because I'm not a good actor, right?
Sure.
Like I'm trying to be like Clint Eastwood or something, talking to the guy, right? Yeah, but then fighting ends, and probably the low point of my life. How long is this money going to last me? It didn't end the way I wanted it to end, and I'm spending all my money going to LA for all these auditions, and it's not quite working out. And then the bank account's going down, and you're really, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And then some stunt roles came along, and then finally I got a really big role that separated. But back to that, what happened though is, so in Hollywood, you're competing with some these motherfuckers. Like they went to college for film, theater actors since they were a kid. And you're competing with these guys for roles.
Mm.
Nobody cares that you're a UFC fighter. I mean, that goes really quick, right? If you're going to be in a character and sell a character, they don't care that it's Keith Jardine trying to be a plumber or something. Like they want to see this interesting plumber that has this past and all that, right? So I had to learn how to do all that. So I spent all my thousands of hours studying acting classes, acting lessons and all that, trying to learn the art, giving the art its due and all that. And then once I started doing that, I got a Paul Thomas Anderson film called Inherent Vice with Joaquin Phoenix, and had nothing to do with me being a fighter or anything like that. It was a really hard role to get, and I got that role. And so from then on, I was able to say Keith Jardine, the actor, not the fighter.
Incredible.
Trying to be an actor.
And what year was that?
Inherent Vice was probably, I'm going to guess around 12, 13, 14, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you start to feel like you're getting respect and people aren't viewing you as just that dude. By the way, when you say really hard role to get, what does that mean? Like you say that, and I'm sure people in the industry understand that, but what makes it so hard to get?
Paul Thomas Anderson is really particular. He's like he's There Will Be Blood. He's Boogie Nights. He's like one of the best writer-directors there. He's an artist, a true artist. And he's really specific about the people he wants. And I was in the gym working out in Albuquerque, and my manager calls me and said, "Hey, they're having a hard time casting this role. It already went through like twice, and they haven't been able to cast it. Would you be able to fly to LA? The thing's at 3 if you can make it." So I'm like, it's like 11 o'clock or whatever, and I look at the phone, and then Southwestern, yeah, I can be there. So I get off the phone, no lines or anything. So I get off the plane and rent a car and make it to this place just in time, fighting traffic and all that.
Wow.
And then there you go. Here's your lines, and you're gonna read with Cassandra.
Damn.
Yeah. And
How many times do you have to go through this? Is it just one and done?
that one was one and done. they did it, and I managed to get through it through a couple of different things, and I'm working on another stunt job actually, and they hired me, and it's just Paul. I remember what she said. I'll never forget it. Paul said, and there's just something in his eyes. Like I needed to have him. There's something in his eyes when he did the scene, and
Wow,
and that was it.
what a feeling.
Fuck, yeah,
That must
fuck
be
yeah,
incredible.
yeah.
More nervous doing that or in a fight?
Oh, more nervous doing that.
For
So
real?
when you start doing auditions, I've always had this kind of social anxiety, anyways, right? Especially in fighting, I didn't have much. I didn't have to develop my personality that much, right? And whatever self-doubt or fear you have going into a fight, like after you get punched, you're in a fight. It doesn't
Right.
matter, right? You can hide whatever. You can get knocked down and get up and win. It doesn't matter, right? But you walk into a room, it's really similar to walking into a fight, like in a locker room for a fight. You got all these people, all these professionals sitting around the room, reading their lines.
Yeah.
And these are professionals. You might even recognize some of them. They're reading for the same role you are, and they're studying, getting ready, just like preparing for a fight, right? And now I got to compete with these guys that they're trying to pay their rent too, and so you walk in a room. I remember my first one. I'm walking in a room. I didn't know what to do. Like I just stood by the door, and somebody passed me and went and signed in. Like, okay, so I need to go sign in, and then I just do what everybody else is doing. And then you go into a room, and you're on deck. They say you're on deck. All right, cool. And then I'll try to memorize the stuff one last time, and then go in the room.
Yeah.
Now there's a reader and a camera operator, right? And that's it. And it's like, go. And they start telling you the lines. You got to spit back the lines. And if you have an ounce of fear or an ounce of anything, you're not hired, because their job is to bring good actors to the director. And if they recommend this guy had a really great recommend this guy, and I dropped the ball on set, that goes back on them.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So their job is to say no a lot of times. Yeah. So anyway,
Sounds stressful. You just reciting all of it. Yeah.
yeah. And then I had to learn a lot about self-confidence and self-doubt and performance and all that. Things I didn't quite work out during fighting, I had to work out during this venture.
And you feel like you have?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, if you look at my fighting career, it's an interesting thing. Like I've had supreme confidence. Like I've trained with everybody around the world. I go to Montreal, train with George. I go to Denver, train with all those guys there. I've trained with champs. I've fought champs. I beat champs. Supreme confidence. When I'm standing in the ring and I'm looking at a monster like Quentin Jackson or Chuck Liddell or something like that, and everyone's saying, like you said, the Chuck Liddell fight, like I don't belong in that ring.
Yeah.
Fuck you, I don't belong in the ring. I'm going to show you, right? And that's when I perform the best. Now you put me in a ring against some guy that I never heard of or whatever, and like, oh, you should dust up this guy, easy fight for you. Like we'll do this and we'll do that. Then whatever performance anxiety, like I my focus wasn't off, whatever. I just couldn't do it. So like I won when I was supposed to lose, and I lost when I was supposed to win. Yeah. But so I had to work all that out for sure.
And so when you go into these roles or try to audition for these roles, when you feel like you're maybe not the natural choice, or you're the fighter who's trying out and maybe getting a little bit too ambitious, but that's when you feel like you have a better audition. When it's like when it's a serial killer role, like that's like, fighting some sort of schlub. But when it's a role like you playing someone who's outside of the sort of typecast that people might have for you, that's when you think you rise to the occasion. Does it work that way as well?
No, that's more in filmmaking. And acting, I just had to get to be like, you know what, I'm a goddamn good actor. And I'm going to go do this thing, fucking take it or leave it. I'm not even going to do the lines you wrote. I'm going to do the lines the way I want to do it.
Oh, yeah. How long did it take for that to happen?
It took a while. A lot of repetitions, man. A lot of repetitions, yeah. But that's the attitude you got to do as an actor. Take it or leave it. This is great. If you notice it, good. If not, I'm going to go do another one.
You go to acting school?
I've done acting lessons from crummy bunch of actors getting together with a coach to like proper ones in LA with theater coaches and all that. And I've had a good coach and all that. You need to do that. Anybody in UFC, I tell them, like when they want to become an actor, I tell them like you got to go to act. You got to be able to risk being stupid in front of a bunch of people. You got to get over the ego of like, oh, Keith Jardine was in acting class and he was awful. He did this thing, couldn't remember his lines or whatever. You just got to risk that and be vulnerable and do that thing to really be vulnerable on set. Because if you're a good actor, you're completely vulnerable. Like I'm just throwing it out. Like, and I don't care about how I look. I don't care about whatever. Like I'm just going to look like an idiot and depend on the director to reel me in and put me where he wants me.
Well, in this case, you are the director.
Yeah, so now you get into this. Now there's that where making your own movie the way I did outside the system is like every step of the way is like, no, this script is too ambitious. You can't do it on this many days. No, you can't do this. No, you can't do this. And it was like, oh yeah, watch me. I'm going to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so how long did it take to film this?
We did this in 12 nights.
12 nights.
12 nights from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. mostly.
And how long is the film? It's not a short, right?
No, it's 100 and some minutes.
Okay. And where did you film it?
In Albuquerque.
And your budget, where did the money come from?
I rose it myself. And that's another thing I had to learn because it's not my personality to come to people with my hat out, right?
Yeah.
And so I did this completely outside the system, and I got independent financiers. And because I had my successful short and I had a track record,
Yeah.
then I was able to come again, and it's not such a risky thing. And like, it's more like meeting people and like creating like a lot of heat behind Broken Ear Productions is what it is. And I got all these scripts. I got actors attached to this and whatever. We're doing big stuff, and like, do you want to be a part of this? Do you want to jump on the train of this thing we're doing? And that's the way you do it. But it's hard going to people with your hand out. And I didn't get money. Talk about stress, friend. I didn't I didn't get everything done until like days before we started shooting.
Wow.
I remember talking to one of my producers. Is like, hey, because I almost slipped out. Hey, don't let anybody know that we don't have the money yet, right? Because all these people are working so hard to make this thing, make your dream happen. They're working hard, like emails, chains every day, calls every day, all this stuff. Everybody working hard on their profession, and they better get paid. I'm going to make sure they get paid, but goddamn, I can't have any seed of doubt in there. And then he put his hand on my back and like, don't worry, man, we got it. Yeah.
Golly.
Yeah. So talk about that stress, man. Making a movie. Wow.
Would you like to make more?
Absolutely. Yeah. I got two in the pipeline right now.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
This is incredible. Now the movie that you're promoting now, Kill Me Again, Tribeca Tonight, is this a full theatrical release? How does this work?
Yeah, I get a limited theatrical release on the 8th.
Okay.
And then we're gonna be wherever you rent, Apple, Amazon, all that. It's gonna be available there too.
On that same day or
on the same day?
Okay. So this is, and how does that work in terms of getting it on Apple and all those guys? And why do you do it at the same time? Meaning like limited theatrical and Apple, Amazon.
Exactly. Just because we're limited theatrical.
Oh, okay, that's how
we're in like, I don't know, like 10, 15 major cities or something like that. And
okay. Is there a studio behind it?
Yeah. No, it's a distributor.
A distributor. Okay.
So you had to learn that game too, right?
Yeah, man.
You make a movie, you make a script. Not anybody. It's hard to write a script. It's harder to get somebody to read your script. It's hard to make a movie, but it's really hard to get somebody to watch your movie.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that got movies out there, right?
Yes.
You go to film festivals. There's so many films at every film festival. I didn't want to go that route. I don't have time. Like I want this thing now. So I just started reaching out to distributors myself. And that's where everything goes full circle with me, because it's interesting when you write a cold email to somebody like Keith Jardine, former UFC star.
Yeah.
And now I'm hedging on that completely.
Yeah.
And I got this film, whatever. And then even so, like they'll pay attention because of UFC and all that. But then when they watch it, it has to rock their world.
So in some ways, you want to move away from the UFC star label, and in some ways, you're leaning on it.
I did at the beginning. I moved away from it as hard as I could. I lost some roles because of that, and some you got to have a casting director that really go to bat for you.
Okay.
Like I did. What's this? Shot Caller. A lot of people talk about Shot Caller. That's a good little role for me. I remember the casting director put me up, and it was a great read and all that. And she's talking to the director about it, and he's all, "Yeah, man, but this is a real role. We need a real actor for that. That was a great read, but we need a real actor, right?" And yeah, because it's UFC.
Yeah.
No. Look, he's done this and he's done that, and showed him other clips of things I did, and get it. So I really had to move away from that to be, and then now it's like I'm kind of going back to that, like trying to get yeah.
You mentioned before, 2012, your career comes to an end. It's not quite how you envisioned, and you were in a real dark place.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by that?
Well, in my mind, my last fight was with Masashi. That was a real fight.
Okay.
I fought that fight in 8 days' notice. It was at 205. And I happened to be a draw because I got lucky and got a penalty point, but it was a good fight. It was a real fight. It was a Keith Jardine fight.
Yeah.
I had this crazy, dumb, stupid idea to drop down to 185 and do two fights, do a fight. And I thought I fought everybody at 205, and I thought it'd be like interesting to the fans, whatever. I'm fighting different people and all that. But I got old really quick losing that weight. It was really hard, man. really hard. I didn't fight those 2 fights. It just wasn't me. Like I couldn't. My first time I lost weight, I didn't even go to the bathroom since I cut weight to when I got fight. I lost so much water. I never put it back properly, you know. And then
Yeah.
the brain doesn't react right.
Right.
I think it was Rockhold. I never fought that fight. And then I fought another fight, and then it was just kind of walked away. I didn't retire. I just kind of walked away. Just like I just felt awful. And the thing is, you know, like I said, you train all over the world, and I've beaten champions. I knew I had the skill to be a champion, and that was always my dream, to be a champion. But it never happened. And now you're in your late 30s, and you're walking away from this thing, and it's like you're a failure. You can't even. I couldn't even watch the UFC for a while, and I'm just trying to make this new career, and I'm watching the bank account go down, like I said, and all that, and I'm trying to reinvent myself into this thing, and it's just like years of that until time goes by, and then things change, and then all of a sudden, like, wow, no, I did some good stuff. I'm proud of that fight. Like Quentin Jackson, I did his podcast a while ago, and it was a great honor. It's like I lost that fight. But everyone asks what my favorite fight is. That's one of my favorite fights.
Really?
Because it was a good, fun fight, man, right?
It was a great fight.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So yeah, it took me a while to come back and to be able to accept. No, I did. Even though I didn't fulfill my potential and all that, I did a thing that few people could do.
How long did that take?
You said 12, probably like 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
5 years you didn't watch the sport?
Not much, just my friends fighting. And even when I was watching my friends fighting, it was just because I'm watching a friend. It's not
Right.
because it was, oh, I got to watch this fight.
It almost did it like make you feel shitty, like put you in a bad mood just watching the whole thing?
Yeah.
That was another life.
Yeah.
You wanted nothing to do with it.
100%. I wanted to move on and do something else.
Did you train at all?
Yeah, I trained. Actually, I got really good. I got really, really good. People are actually asking me to come back because I got so good. What I did is I went to a boxing coach, Danny Romero. If you're into boxing, him and his Tapia Awards and all that, he was a champion. I went to train with him and just whatever. I want to learn how to really box. I knew how to kickbox,
Yeah.
and I know, but I want to learn how to box like a boxer. And boy, that was tough, man. Like he just destroyed. Oh, this MMA guy is going to come to me. Like he just destroyed me. But I still kept it. And then I go and I start going to Jackson's again, and I go in the ring with stars, and I would just dust them up because I learned how to throw a jab.
Yeah.
I learned how to do all these things. And people are saying, Keith, you should think about coming back, even though, like I told you, not to fight anymore.
Did you consider it?
I did a little bit, and it was always the thing, like for desperation, if I have to, like maybe I will. I really wanted to, but I'm also pivoting to this other thing, and I need to devote all my energy into this other thing. And this other thing is a hard thing. The easy thing is to do a fight and get a paycheck. So I decided to do the hard thing, not the easy thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you keep training though?
Yeah, I kept training there then, and training's dropped off recently though. Like I hit the bag, and I try and stay capable, you know. But
Sure.
I want to train very much, man. I would love that. Nothing more. I would love more than anything to step in a ring and I would spar. I would spar every day if I could. That's just so much fun, man. Leg kicks, hitting people, just
Right.
letting it go, getting into that primal brain and all that. But you know what? Like I'm going to Morocco now for about 2 months to finish up Terminal this season too. Like I don't have time. You know what I mean?
What a life, man.
Yeah.
Do you feel like now people just view you strictly as Keith Jardine? Like enough time has passed. Are you just Keith Jardine, the actor? Oh,
Yeah.
and by the way, in this previous life, or is it still sort of there?
It's both, man. I love it. I was in the hallway right now, and a guy took a picture with me. Hey, every time you're on Inherent Vice with me and my wife, we always watch your part. It's my favorite part.
Sick.
Can I get a picture and all that? I didn't even know if he knew I was a fighter or not.
Oh, wow.
That's
amazing.
Yeah.
I thought you were just about to say, and oh, by the way, I watched you in the UFC.
But then a lot of the UFC hardcore fans and all that.
Right.
And I love that. Now I've always loved it, but now it's like really special.
In this movie, there's a few, fighting friends of yours, right?
Yep.
Michelle Watterson,
Yep.
Tate Fletcher,
Maurice Green
Maurice Green,
and Cowboys in it.
Cowboy Cerrone.
Yeah.
And so is that you trying to help out your friends, or?
I'm just trying to create a family. First of all, I wouldn't have them in there at all if they couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Michelle Watterson's amazing. I think she has a future. She's
Really?
just naturally a great actor.
Wow.
Yeah, I think she has a really good future there. So is Maurice. You know Maurice?
Of course, yeah.
Maurice is so. I want Maurice I want all these guys in every one of my movies. But Maurice, like I want him in every one of my movies. He's a super interesting guy, man. When he's on the screen, you just pay attention to him. I have him playing a cop in my movie. Like who would imagine him as a cop?
Right.
He's amazing. He pulls it off. He's great, dude. Yeah, man. It's just like I'm trying to Tate Fletcher. I've collaborated with Tate so much. He's part of Broken Ear Productions with me. Like he's a fried cook, a Russian fried cook, for God's sakes. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And what's Cerrone?
A cop.
Okay.
Him and Maurice are cops.
He's popped up in a few films recently as well.
Yeah. He's doing his own stuff too. He's putting his own little Western series together.
How's he doing it? How's he doing in your opinion?
He's doing great, man.
Yeah.
He's doing great. He's got a lot of balls to do this. He's just filming it on his own little bit. He's putting this little Western series with him and Michelle Watterson and a bunch of actors just doing out at his ranch, and he's just putting it together when he can. It's all his own money and all his thing, and he just has this dream to do what I'm doing and just make his own content. It's really great to do it that way. That's what the world is right now, the way the studios are happening, and to do it without having to answer to studios and having to like, oh, well, this actor has, we got to change this dialogue. Like, no, you're in complete control, man. You're a filmmaker. That's everything to me.
And so you mentioned Broken Ear Productions.
Yeah.
That's your production company?
Yeah.
With Tate?
Yeah.
Just the two of you?
Yeah. My producer, Darren White.
And when did you start that?
When I did the short.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so like this is your life now. Do you also have the coffee business still?
Yeah, me and Tate have Caveman Coffee, and that's got new life in it. We got a great partner, and that just got relaunched. So everything's happening.
I feel like
at the same time.
was that like kind of like the first thing post fighting for you, the Caveman Coffee?
Yeah.
Why do you say it like that?
It's a lot of work trying to do your own business, man.
Yeah.
We made a lot of mistakes in that.
How so?
Just trying to grow too big, too fast, too many products, all that, and you got to inventory yourself. Like COVID wiped us out. We have pallets and pallets and pallets. We just relaunched this new tea. We're doing supply side wedges, and that's the first thing that gets canceled. We have so many SKUs ready to go, and we can't do supply side west, so we have to go through Amazon. So we go through Amazon. We got all these pallets of stuff sitting there, and they never get uploaded to Amazon. They're sitting in their warehouse until they expire. Completely ruined us, man. Out of stock, out of that. And so that's why we had to regroup, and some guy came in. Ryan Drexler came in and just saved us recently and believed in us, believed in the brand, and we're going to relaunch and get this thing going.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
When you were coming up, this is a lot more apparent in boxing as opposed to MMA. But you just because MMA is so young, you would see fighters who, unfortunately, they would stick around too long. They would have nothing post fighting. You have obviously set yourself up, and it didn't happen overnight. Like you took a really tough path. Creative, you're trying to make a whole new name for yourself in a whole new world. But were you ever looking at those guys and saying, I don't want to be that. I need to start thinking. I need to be prepared. I need to have a plan post-fighting?
Absolutely. My dream always was right away, was to dream. My dream was to dream. Never let your memories become larger than your dreams, right? And I never wanted to be the guy back in 2007 when I fought Chuck and when I shut down when I quieted the whole crowd and everybody started cheering for me at the end of the fight. That was the peak of my life. That was the peak of my career. I didn't want to be that guy always looking back to 2007. And so, I still dream like I'm a teenager. My dream right now is it's a film by Keith Jardine. That's interesting. I don't even care what it is. It's a Keith Jardine film. I want to see that. And so that's it, man. I just never wanted to be stuck in the past. That's really huge for me.
Would you see other guys like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I got a whole screenplay about that. That's one of the screenplay that has a lot of heat behind it right now. It's an MMA-based screenplay that studio covered, and they want to do it and all that. But it's more of a taxi driver script. It's based in the MMA world, but it's about that. Your late 30s, early 40s. If you're gonna be good at MMA, if you're gonna be fighting in the UFC, you got to be completely single-minded. You got to spend your whole life with this one endeavor. You can't do anything else. If you got one foot into something else, you're not going to be successful. So now you're 40 years old, and you didn't make a lot of money. People know you. You walk in the mall, people knows who you are, but you don't have any money. You don't have any skills. Were you going to go to college now at 40 and learn something else? What's your family situation like? And it's really tough to reinvent yourself at that age. We're going to be a coach. That's great if you want to be a coach, but how many coaches can you have,
Right.
So yeah, it's a really interesting world because we're not like NFL where you make so much money and then you invest it right and you live off of that and you develop products and all that. Yeah.
When you look at some of your contemporaries from that era, and maybe some of them aren't doing as well,
100%.
how does that make you feel?
Yeah, my scripts, a lot of guys compounded and all that. I look at Stephen Bonner's a great one. What a great human.
Yeah.
And what happened to him in his career, he's doing like backyard wrestling for money. You see a lot of guys like that. And like, I want to get to a point where I would love to be able to help out and be strong enough where I can reach out to guys like that and help them move forward into the next life.
Like I said, it's not something that we were very used to in MMA as opposed to boxing because the sport was still so young. But now we're starting to see the stars of essentially your era when the sport exploded, who were household names to a degree and cable TV stars, pay-per-view stars. And you're starting to see them get older and have health issues and all that stuff. And it's hard to see because these were superheroes.
Yeah. Yeah. And right. And you just got to learn how to, like, again, you got to set goals and you got to learn how to put whatever work you did in MMA, you got to find another path, right? Brian Stan's done a great job. There's a lot of guys who've done a great job. I was on Matt Serra's podcast last night. It's cool to see what he's doing.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of guys we don't know about, you know.
Sure.
I could say some names. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
When you're still a part of SAG?
Oh, yeah.
So SAG is an actors union, essentially.
Yeah.
Does there need to be a fighters union? You've now experienced the benefits of everything that comes with being a part of a union.
Yeah.
Does there need to be a pension? Does there need to be something to help you guys post-fighting?
Yeah, that's a weird thing. I don't really know on that. Like, I think so. I think it makes sense because it's a professional sport. But you can go to different, you can fight at ONE FC, you can fight at UFC. You can fight, I don't really know the politics behind that, but it makes a lot of sense that there's a union. I don't really know the politics of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think we kind of saw something like this with this antitrust lawsuit, with the settlement. You would have fallen into that, right? Because it was 2010 to 2017.
Yeah, I think so.
Did you take the money?
No.
Why not?
No. Like I said, I separated myself completely from that.
Wow. Did they reach out to you?
No, nobody's reached out to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Your last fight in the UFC was 2010, right?
I don't even know.
You don't even know?
Yeah.
Your last fight in the UFC?
Well, I did Zuffa with
you were part of them because of Strike Force.
Strike Force.
But I don't know if that 2010, yeah, June of 2010. And so it's 2010 to 2017 as far as like the period. And the reason I bring it up, and I guess you don't care about whatever money you were maybe supposed to be owed to, even though it probably is a minimal amount because you were at the very beginning of it.
Yeah.
They broke it up based on how many times you fought. So there's like a sort of like a hierarchy system. And so that's what I was thinking of when I was thinking of like this pension. Like if you fought 25 times for the UFC, maybe you get X amount. If you fought 5 times for the UFC, you get X amount. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, I'm just trying to make my own way right now. You know?
I get it.
I'm sure some people need that, and the money's great. And if somebody sends me a check, I'm not saying I'm not going to cash it. You know what I mean? But I'm not worried about that. Like I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for the UFC. With whatever happened right now, like the sport, the way it's grown up, and all that. Like I'm just super proud. I'm super proud of what I've done. I'm super proud to be here. And I just know that, like from a small town in Oregon, some guy, now I'm an actor making my own movies and all that, and it was all because of UFC helped me get there, you know. Even though I said I had to separate from it, but it's because of that I got my SAG card, that people gave me interest right away. Mm-hmm. So
yeah. Do you follow the sport?
I do a bit. A lot more now. Super interesting. Like I love the sluggers. I love the old style fighters. I love the Max Holloways.
Okay.
Guys like that. Guys that the Russian guys have a lot of that too. Like just they have that grit in them.
I was gonna ask like who do you really like, and who are guys that you would say like, oh, it would have been maybe fun to be matched up against them?
Wow. Well, the light heavyweight division is interesting right now. I always think about that too because people are more strikers now. Like when I left, everybody was like these wrestler sluggers. I didn't necessarily match up well with that. I matched well with guys that won.
You versus Pereira.
Yeah.
That would have been.
Oh, that would have been a
striker's
dream.
delight.
That would have been a dream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you still go? Do you ever go to Jackson Wink?
It's been a while. John, I train with John. I go to NFP, the same strength gym that John Jones does, and last time I trained, he made me go do some rounds for him when he was coming for a fight. Yeah,
How was that?
it was crazy, awesome. I was actually really nervous, but yeah, I'm not going to say no. So I went in and stepped in the ring, and it was beautiful, man. Like things don't go away, right? We had this amazing round, and I remember Brendan Gibson was there. Like, wow, that was amazing, dude. And it was just art, you know. But then I went to spar with some other heavyweights, and it's like they weren't very good. It's worse when people aren't very good.
Yeah.
Getting hit with that haymaker. Well, I don't need to be doing this now. Like I said, I would spar every day if I could. It'd be so much fun just to go mix it up and play those games and all that. But you start talking about head trauma and all that, and that's what I would love to reach out to fighters with. I did Ibogaine and all that, and it changed my life.
You did what?
Ibogaine.
What's that?
It's a psychedelic that's really taken off right now. It's really huge in the operator Navy SEAL community and all that.
Okay.
People with head trauma, PTSD, and
So what is it?
it's
pill?
No, it's a root that comes out of Africa.
Okay. And how do you get it?
Well, you got to go to Tijuana to get it.
Okay.
but it's not legal in America, but it's really good.
You drink it?
Some drink it, some take a pill. But what it does is it sounds like magic stuff, but they did a Stanford study at the same place I went, and it really does reconnect neurons in the brain. Wow. They show the before and after of the brain. It's a lasting thing.
And so you take it, like, let's say you take it, how long does it take for it to hit you?
That's an experience, man. It's not like a tour like you're doing ayahuasca or something for fun and all that. Like, it kicks your ass.
Really?
I was on the floor for about 20 hours.
Throwing up?
Yeah, heaving and going through the whole experience, and you can't go to the bathroom. They have to kind of carry you to the bathroom and all that.
Why do you want to put yourself through that?
Because
the effects are that
you
great.
don't want to. It's scary, but I finished that in July, and I came out and I made my move. I started making my movie in August, and everything just started falling in line for me.
Wow. How often have you done this?
I can't wait to go back and do it again. Ambio is a place I went, and I want to create I talked about creating something for fighters. I would love to create something where to pay for fighters that like me that can go and do that, because I got helped out.
Yeah.
My buddy Tate Fletcher, he had a really bad brain injury, really bad. Like he can't leave the house kind of brain injury. He got it doing stunts. He got ratcheted into a wall.
Oh, wow.
And it got really dark, suicidal, depressed, and all the head trauma from fighting everything's compounding right now.
Yeah.
He's tried everything around the world. He spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on therapies. Nothing's lasting. A Navy SEAL buddy of his said, I didn't know this, but he was in a really dark place again. And a Navy SEAL buddy of his said, hey, I need to take you to Ambio. We need to go to Ambio and do this Ibogaine. So he went, and he did it, and he made it through it. And I saw him like days afterwards, and I saw the light, the life in his eyes was like I'd never seen.
Wow.
And he's just a different guy. And he's all, Keith, you need to go do this, because he knows my experiences, like, with brain fog, afternoon fatigue, all the fighting stuff, like I get migraines every time I fly from head trauma and that kind of stuff. And you need to go do this, Keith. And like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And I looked up and see how much it was, and I'm not, maybe when I sell my script, I'll do it, right? No, Keith, he keeps saying, hey, Keith, have you signed up? Have you signed up? No, yeah, I will. And then finally he realized it was because of money. He's like, no, you dummy, I paid for you to go. You need to go do this thing.
Wow.
And so I went and did it, and it changed my life.
Wow. How many times have you done it?
I've done it once. That's all you need.
Once.
That's all you need to do is do it once. But
Okay.
but for a lot of reasons, I want to go back and do it again and be more receptive to the whole situation, because I fought that fucking thing the whole way.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like, is it because you're feeling stuff, or is it because you know that it will like open your brain up to?
Yeah, I want to open my brain up more, because with Ibogaine, no matter what happens, people will sleep through the whole situation and they still wake up changed. It might be a week later, but like people with serious, you hear the stories and it's amazing. People with like PTSD and head trauma, right? And actually it's compounded. It's kind of the same thing in a lot of ways. And you hear the stories. There's a lot of podcasts out there, like people that leave their cane behind when they went to do this thing, and now they're feeling touch on their skin for the first time. You hear these amazing podcasts, amazing stories, but it's not like this psychedelic kind of kind of voodoo witch thing. Like there's scientific studies behind this chemical that really does work and really does rewire your brain.
Incredible.
Yeah.
The way you say, you make me want to try it, but then you talk about 20 hours on the floor, and I'm like, yeah, maybe not for me.
Jody did it. My fiance Jody did it, and she did it for 8 rough hours. But then she got up, that jerk. She just got up and ate a sandwich, and it felt great. And
That was it?
yeah.
How could it affect you for 20 and then someone?
Everybody's different.
Everyone's different.
But for me, like, I think that's why I say, because I fought it the whole way.
And is this Jody Escobel?
Yeah.
Wow, fiance.
Yeah.
How long have you been engaged?
Forever.
Yeah, because I feel like you've been together for a long time.
We're pretty much married. We've been together for a long time.
When's the wedding?
Yeah, right. Yeah, ask her, not me.
Okay, it's on her.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And what is she up to? Is she
Whoa. So she's really done something amazing in her life.
Okay.
She was a SWAT medic and running a search and rescue thing with the state police, where she'd fly down in a helicopter and pick people up and save them. There's a lot. She's made national news about like saving like a Boy Scout troop and things like that.
Wow, incredible.
But she has no time. Like and like, man, we need to do something else. You don't have any time, right? And a job came along that Brendan Gibson offered her to do work for the city of Albuquerque in the ACS department. I'll tell you what that is. And yeah, do that. It's got to be better than what you're doing now, right? For hours. It's not, because she rose up really quick. Now she's the director of the ACS program, which means now under the mayor, she's an adjacent to the police chief or the fire chief and all that. She's a chief of this whole program for 100.
Wow.
It's one of those alternative response things when the Floyd, the defund the police and all that stuff happened, like they wanted to create like a social service that answers calls. And now she's the head of that in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and one of the few cities that's doing it and doing it well. And she's going all over the country to talk about her program and how to set up, teach other people how to set up a similar program and all that. So now she's more busy than she's ever been.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Both of you doing something completely out of fighting, which I love.
Yeah.
But you've made a whole new life for yourself.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So again, it's Kill Me Again.
It's coming together right now, man. This right here, like, you talking about Kill Me Again, like, release on the 8th. This is the culmination of all the years and suffering and trying to do the thing. And it's like everything's hitting right now. Like this is the epitome of everything I've been trying to do. And I got a great movie. I just got back from the LA premiere. The LA premiere was amazing, dude. Like I'm completely sold out. I'm standing in back of me and Tate are standing in back of the theater and just watching these industry professionals, these people, these people that are like jaded LA people that it's just a stupid movie I'm watching. Laughing throughout the whole thing, reacting to the whole movie. It's just wow, dude.
Wow, what a feeling.
The whole better than any fight, dude.
Can't imagine.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So now I'm gonna do that again here. We're doing Tribeca here tonight, the New York premiere, and then we're gonna on the 8th. It's wherever you can get it.
Amazing. Well, I can't wait to watch it.
Thanks, man.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to pay. I'm going to watch it probably on a streaming platform. You said Apple or Amazon?
Wherever you rent it, it'll be there.
Wherever.
Yeah.
And limited, I would imagine, like the big cities in America.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks,
Good
brother.
luck. Keep doing your thing. It's amazing to see. And it was really great to reconnect. I can't remember last
really
time
good.
we had a chance to speak, but it's amazing to see you doing well.
Thanks, brother. It's amazing to see you doing well.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. He is the Dean of Mean, Keith Jardine. If you're a newer fan, do some research. Look, there's a lot of new fans these days. Go back to UFC 76 knockout in Anaheim, an incredible win over the likes of Chuck Liddell, but many other wins as well. We're going to take a quick break, say goodbye to Keith. Be back with your questions. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up, leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.